But it's also, as Vijay said, a country rich in natural resources of kinds that we in the West want. And so the war is being fought by people wanting to exploit the country, so that in addition to the women being raped by men, and not only with body parts, but with sharp objects as well, the land is being raped by rich countries who want what the DRC has. GAPS, Gender Action for Peace and Security, was formed as a network of organizations working on Security Council's Resolution 1325. There are now about 14 members of GAPS, and last year GAPS published what is called what we call the Global Monitoring Checklist, which looks at 6 target countries to see how they are complying with Security Council Resolution 1325, and I have to say it was a mostly negative reading. The DRC was one of the target countries, and WILF women were instrumental in researching and writing that part of the Global Monitoring Checklist. Now, we condemn all forms of male violence against women wherever they are, and particularly in situations of armed conflict and post-conflict societies. And we join with others in calling for the appointment of a European Special Representative for Women's Rights in conflict situations. The recent UN developments on the issue of women, peace, and security have shown great political concern to address sexual violence against women as a weapon of war in conflict. We particularly and warmly welcome the appointment of former Commissioner Ms. Margot Wallström as UN Special Representative for Sexual Violence in Conflict, a position that was called for in Security Council Resolution 1888. We are very happy that ending sexual violence in conflict situations is a top priority for the UN Secretary General, and we are assured that Ms. Wallström will be very active and efficient in helping him on this very urgent matter for the next 2 years. But we do not want to continue to view women as victims, as they are often portrayed in the press. For that reason, we in WILF see the bookend resolutions 1325 and 1889 as a better place for our focus and to look at women's empowerment. We have been reminded again and again that there will be no change unless women push for it. Monica Hauser, who I had the pleasure of meeting last week, of Medica Mondiale, said at a meeting in the European Parliament, "We know that rape is not an issue for women and girls as it is usually treated, but, as she said, a man issue. And thanks to the International Criminal Court, it is a crime against humanity and a war crime. This, unfortunately, does not apply to crimes committed before the establishment of the ICC, and of course these violent crimes have been going on for a long time." We heard, as Vijay mentioned, that the women themselves are calling for reform of the family law as a priority. But there's still much more to be done. In Brussels last week, there was an amazing photo exhibition that raises awareness on the unbearable situation many women in the DRC face. We want to recognize the strength of Congolese women in the face of this unimaginable horror, the rape, and the aftermath for the women who are doubly victimized, first by the rapist and then by their own communities who we've heard then reject them. And we express strong support for Congolese women's organizations and international initiatives such as Medica Mondiale. We will keep working with our members to ensure a world free of violence and the victimization of and for all women. Thank you for your attention, and I want to end with my favorite old slogan from WILF, which is, "Listen to women for a change."
Thank you very much, Martha.